Hello, today we will be doing a lead code problem, that is problem number 763, partition labels. The problem statement is pretty simple, that we are given a string S. We want to partition the string into as many parts as possible so that each letter appears in at most once one part. Return a list of integers representing the size of these parts. So the question in the input given here is this, and the output is 9, 7 and 8. Let's see how it is coming. So so we have got here a b a b c b a c. So as we can see here, so this substring that we have got here, starting from a till the last occurrence of a, could be a possible string. So that is of length 9, and that is our possible answer. And then again, we have got here D. It is starting from here and it ends somewhere here. But we are not taking that substring. Why? Because in this substring of length of this, we have got some other character, that is E in here. So we will have to take E's index here, which is the last occurrence of E. So I will be taking this. But let's say if we had this G here, and let's say suppose the G would be here. Instead of J, let's say suppose I would have written G here. So then my index would have changed from this position, that is E. So I would not have got some string like this. Instead, I would have got something like both of them as combined, since I would have changed the G till here. So I hope you are getting my point. But if not, I'll just explain it once again, that the logic is to first of all take the first character and find its last occurrence. Where is it? So I found the last occurrence, that is A. Then after that, I will just check for what are the characters that are present inside this substring that is present there, that is from starting from A till ending till A. Am I getting some new character there? And if yes, I am getting a character there, I will check if that character's index is exceeding the character of index of A. That means, let's say suppose here I've got B. So B, I can see that it is its last occurrence is always inside this A's last occurrence substring present. So this will be my final answer. But if A was present somewhere here at the last, let's say suppose, then the last occurrence is this. Sorry, let's just take this B here. So A is here. This is my first of all, this is my last occurrence. So I need to check in between these character. Then I got a B here. Then I will see that, oh, my last occurrence of B is here. So now my window size of current substring is still here. So I need to check from here to here that if that is my last index or not. And yes, it is indeed. So I will check for other characters as well. So I check for other characters. Then I see that B is again here. So I do not do anything. C is again inside this substring. Then D, E, F, G. Uh, Likewise, we will just check for it. And if it is inside this range, I will just take it. If not, then I will increase the size and simply check for in that size. And if I found some character, let's say A, so this was my size, and let's say we add some other character, let's say Z and Y and W, something like this. So this was my current size till A. We have got it till here. So I will simply take the length of this character and add it to my answer. Now starting with Z again. So we will repeat the same process, and this is what we will get. So the intuition behind this problem is to basically take all the characters last occurrence, take all the characters last occurrence and check for that substring. Take all the characters last occurrence and check if there is some new character that is present in there. If there is a new character present in there, check if that new character's index exceeds the value of my previous character's index value, that is A. So if B's index exceeds the value of the index of A, then my new index value will be equals to B. Otherwise, it will remain same and it would be A. So this is my intuition behind this problem, and we'll just simply calculate the length by j minus I plus 1, which is a trivial thing. So let's get into the code. Okay, so this is the code here, and mind you, we can do this with by taking a map as well as an array. So if we take a map, our space complexity will obviously be O of n, and if we take array, we can say that our space complexity is of O of 1. Since it is a constant space, we are always using 26 character 26 length of array, and it is not increasing with the size of the input array, so we could say that the space complexity would be 1. So it is up to you to use anything. I've used a map here, you could also use an array here. And let's get to the code. So first of all, I've taken here this is my initialization of the last index of every character in the map. So this is the initialization part. After that, we come to the answer array. This is my answer array. After that, we have got here uh, I've I'm iterating till the last index, that is s dot size and s dot size. After that, I have initialized the index variable that is storing my first character's last occurrence. That means, let's say suppose if a was here, so I'll just draw this and show it to you. So first of all, I'm at I is equals to 0, that is a. So what will I do? I will store the last occurrence of index of A. What is it? It is 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So it is 8. I've got here 8. Okay, it's not working for some reason. So we have got it. I'll just write it down here. So the last occurrence of index of A is equals to what? 8. I've got this. I will go inside this loop and start iterating from I plus 1. So I start from B. I check what is my last index of B. So the last index of B here is well within the range of 8. If you would see in the question here, the last index of B that we have got here is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So last index is 5. So B occurs at 5. So B is equals to 5. And what have I written here in the if condition, that if MP of S of J, that MP of S of J is right now B, that is 5. Is 5 greater than 8? 5 is not greater than 8. Is this condition true? No. If this condition is not true, I'll just simply not update my index. But if this condition was to be true, I will simply update my index to MP of S of J. That is my new character value. Let's say suppose index of B appeared somewhere in the last. Let's say at the position of J. So I would have obviously updated my index value to the last index. So that was the intuition. And after that, it is very simple. You just need to push back the index, the length of the substring that we have got here, and make sure to do this step, that is I is equals to index. Otherwise you might get a WA, because when I actually iterate for this, when I've actually found this substring A, why should I again start from I is equals to 1, right? Because we have already computed the length of this substring which is holding my answer. So why should we always do for this again? So we start from this position, that is B. So I is equals to index, that would be an important step here. And make sure not to do I is equals to index plus 1, because when I'm doing I is equals to index, after that I'm incrementing the value at I plus plus. So I is equals to index would do the job and just return the answer, and that was it. So I'll just run the code and show it to you. And this is getting accepted and submitted again. And yes, this is getting accepted, and that was it. So if you want to do it with an array, you can do it. The space complexity will obviously increase more. I've done here with and map. You can also do it with an array, the space complexity will further improve, and the time complexity might also improve here, because we are using an array. And because every time I'm fetching the data from map, it is taking an log n time, and on unordered map always takes O of 1, but in the worst case it would take O of n because of collisions, but here it takes log of n, so that is why it is taking some time. So we could say it is an O of n solution here. And thank you for watching. That's it.